And let's take a look at these two sides before this match starts up in just a couple minutes. So this is a 3v3 US East matchup from Division 26. These are some Tier 5 teams that we've got. Representing New York City Rising, we've got Chuko, we've got Panda Ring, we've got Fiji Boy Ready, Epic Awesome 365, and Mike Knipe. I believe that's how you pronounce it. So Fiji Boy still pending review, so they will not be joining in on the action tonight. But all the other 4 players up for grabs. Chuko and Mike, both Tier 5 players, and then Pandering and Epic Awesome, both Tier 6 players. And New York City Rising, 1.71 game goals per game, 2.38 saves per game, 0.79 assists per game. Some fairly low numbers for this side, but there's a little bit of context that we can take with that as well. So this team has scored 41 goals for, and they are 3-3, but 2 of those wins were forfeit wins. So this team started off week 1 losing very closely to the Sloth Patrol, 2-3. So a very close matchup there. And then they got swept by the Shower Time, and then they got their first. Wait, am I reading this right? Okay, yes, I am. They then won against Capsule 9 Black 3-2 in week number 3. They beat Team Tempo T5 in week 5 3-0. Oh, I'm sorry. So week 5 and week 6, the matches against Team Tempo T5 and TMG Esports were both forfeit wins. So only one earned win for the New York City Rising, besides the fact that they showed up to the others. And then their bye match was a very close loss, 3-2 against Flop Reset. Sloth Patrol are also 3-3. They've only scored 29 goals, but they also have had a couple games be forfeited, which may explain their lower stats as well. So we've got Chicago Ted, CC was here, Doggith, and Pieman RL. Week number 1, they obviously beat New York City Rising 3-2 over on Dodo's stream. Then they got a 3-0 forfeit win over CMF Esports. They then lost to the Shower Time 3-0, lost to Capsule 9 Black 3-1, and lost to Star City Cougars 3-0. And their bye match was against TMG Esports. That match also a forfeit win for them. So again, for Sloth Patrol, still only one earned win this entire season. So both of these teams are going to be looking for their second true win of the circuit, but they've managed to do what they needed to get into the playoffs. Let's take a look. We'll take a quick look at the bracket for this division as well before we get started. So there it is. I'm going to send the captains the lobby info before I talk about that so they have a chance to join. GGGG. Thank you for the follow. I'm sorry that the alerts don't have sound and the game won't have audio either. I've been having issues with Streamlabs the last couple days, but tomorrow morning I'm gonna get on the support with them. And Chuko TV, also thank you for the follow. Appreciate that, and welcome everybody from the chat. Glad to see you all here. Glad to have some support for these teams in the chat room. So let's talk about this bracket. So this has been updated. So the games being played up, or the matches that have been played up to this point are on your screen and they are updated. So Star City Cougars beating Capsule 9 Black 3-1. Those 8 and the 9 seeds going at it. And then Wolfpack Esports beating Bruno Mars 3-2. Those are the only 2 games that have been played so far. But at the number 6 game towards the middle of the screen, you've got New York City Rising and Sloth Patrol, the 7 and 10 seeds respectively. And they're going to be fighting for a chance to go up against the winner of Flop Reset and Late Studios. So without further ado, let's transition over to Champions Field, where we've got New York City Rising, and we've got Sloth Patrol. Ball hanging out in the midfield for the first couple seconds, where Pie Man is able to get a big touchdown field. Tries to get the shot on net, and it might squeeze in at the front post, but it's a great save from Pandering. We'll pull up the names at the bottom so everybody can see them. So we've got Epic Awesome, we've got Chuko, and we've got Alan Pandering Woo representing the blue side, which says New York City Rising. And then we've got Chicago Ted, we've got Doggieth, and we've got Pie Man representing Sloth Patrol on the field. Chicago Ted can't get a stop there, but Pie Man is going to get the save. It's kind of popped up in a dangerous position, but Ted is able to get a touch away. Pandering trying to pick up position. They're able to get it past one, the flick past two, but they're going to leave it and for Doggieth to try to make something happen. No challenge there from Doggieth, so Allen is going to have a chance to take it downfield into the orange half. Sent towards the middle by Chuko, but it's stopped at the front post by Chicago Ted and Pie Man. Struggling to get it out of their half for the moment, but some help from Doggieth can get it and eliminate the danger for now. Both teams still trying to find their rhythm here. No clear-cut chances really, but a couple of times where that front post defense has been tested. We'll see if maybe there's a breakthrough down that front later on in this game. You see some physical action coming out in the first 2 minutes as well. A couple demos, and we just saw, I think, Pie Man getting a bump on a blue defender. Perhaps that's part of the strategy for these teams as well, to try just eliminate their teammates or eliminate the opponents from the action. Well, it's hanging in front of the blue net, and Chicago Ted going to be the one to get it over the line. Epic Awesome 365 touch falls right in front of the blue net. Chicago Ted just needs to make some sort of contact on it to push it over that line, and they do so. Epic going for a demo on Awesome. Might give Allen a chance to beat one defender, but they can't get it past Doggieth. And Allen is going to come in and tie it up for New York City Rising. Chico with good pressure there, pushes it into the corner. Chicago Ted can't get that touch. And Allen is there to capitalize. Within a matter of seconds, we're tied at 1-1 between NYC Uprising and Sloth Patrol. Well, that's a close shot from Chicago Ted, almost getting it to that top corner of the blue net. Chico coming in to try to keep it on the orange side. They are successful via a 50. But it's now back in the blue half. Allen trying to get it away. They're going to turn on it and pick this up in the corner. Can they get a last touch or a demo? They can't. Ted gets the clear. But Epic trying to make something happen once again. There's a minute and a half left. Pie Man does well to get there first and get the touch into the corner. Ball in the orange corner, and Pie Man going to pick it up. They got one touch, and they do get a decent 50 on Epic Awesome. It falls into a position where their teammates can make a follow-up challenge. Allen puts it to the corner. No follow-up there. Might be an opportunity for Doggy to transition. Epic Awesome is backwards. Can't get the defensive touch, and with 53 seconds left, Doggy puts Sloth Patrol in the lead. Epic Awesome barely missing that defensive touch. A tough position to be in, making a save going backwards. Or at least going away from the ball. New York City Rising now down by 1 with... Oh, and there's a Rule 1 there between Chicago Ted and Chuko. This will be, from the immediate looks of it, in Sloth Patrol's favor, as they are a goal up and with not a lot of time. Oh, Allen goes for the demo, eliminating the Rule 1. Is that going to be bad karma for New York City Uprising? We will see. Rule 1 not being obeyed there, as New York City Uprising are down by 1, and they mean business. They're going to do whatever it takes for them to get these wins. And bringing it back to 3v3 doesn't help them immediately. And it is not going to help them at all in pulling this game back. Sloth Patrol taking this one by 2-1 scoreline and closing out game number 1. Will this continue to be bad karma for New York City Rising? We'll have to see in the coming games what happens. We'll have to keep an eye on Allen, who was the one who went for that demo. And I believe it was Chicago Ted that was locked in it for Sloth Patrol. So fairly even between these two sides. 5 shots each for these teams. Only the 1 goal differential. And I think overall, there wasn't a team that really dominated the proceedings here. Fairly back and forth play. It was not the cleanest play you'll ever see, especially not in the perhaps first half of that game number 1 there. And these players, okay, we're good to go. Just making sure that they're good to join once everybody's back in. But now we've got game number 2 between Sloth Patrol and between New York City Rising. The shifty bit, this is an IGL match. This is round of 16 playoffs between New York City Rising and between Sloth Patrol. Some Tier 5 Division 26 teams going at it for a spot in the quarterfinals. Awesome 365 was able to push that one away, and now it's going to be followed up by Chuko. A miss from both parties down in that corner. Epic Awesome able to keep the play alive at midfield. And that's going to be a strong shot from Allen, who puts New York City Rising up 1-0 within 43 seconds. A great pass off the backboard from Epic Awesome 365. Allen able to race onto that one that had so much momentum and power. Slammed it into net before any Sloth players could have a reaction. Epic Awesome gets to save there, and Allen cuts it, take it away, try to mess with the orange defense. Chico going to try to challenge here, but they can't get there before Doggy. Oh, Allen's not going to get there, and it's going to continue rolling to the front post. It's stopped for now by the blue defense. But that's going to be a shot on target. It's narrowly wide. A follow-up from Doggy. And Sloth Patrol has tied it up 1-1. The initial challenge was very close from Chicago Ted, and they did get a light bump on that first defender, which delayed their challenge. And after roughly another 47 seconds, the Sloth Patrol were able to find an equalizer. And just as a reminder, Sloth Patrol did win the first time that these teams played each other. It did go the full best of 5, with Sloth Patrol ultimately coming out on top. But that was all the way back in week 1. So lots has changed, I'm sure, between these two teams. And perhaps it's the Sloth Patrol who have made the biggest improvements since then, as they now find themselves up for the second game in a row. Taking game number 1, and they're now in the lead of game number 2, although there is plenty of time to be played. I saw it said IGL, couldn't tell if it was actually in the playoffs. Yes, all the matches that we've got are now playoff matches. No more league play. I don't really cast scrims unless the team really wants me to. But glad to see that you're here to support your Sloth Gang, your fellow Sloth Gang players. Doggy gets a good pass inside, but it is cleared away. Chicago Ted puts out the backboard. Pieman going to try to get a shot. They do find the angle, and that's going to go past all the defenders. Chicago Ted, a great touch, recognizing that there were 2 players ready in the net and a third one going for boost and cutting back inside. Send it onto the backboard, trying to draw out those defenders. And Pieman able to finish it off. They're going to continue hunting for a 4th one, try to put this game as out of reach as possible. Epic Awesome almost gets the goal. The shot goes off the side post. Allen can't really get too good of contact. They're going to get some help from Chuko, but Doggy is going to go upward. It takes a double commit from New York City Rising to clear it away. Allen helping it further downfield. Doesn't get the recovery right, though, so Pieman is going to be able to take it out of the orange corner. That one gets past Dog. Chicago and their teammate combining for a clearance. Chicago not with any boost. Tries just to get in the way of Epic Awesome. They get demoed. So sacrificing their chassis for the cause. Doggies is a good pass inside. Chicago Ted not there initially, but able to read the touch from the blue defense. Doggies gets a touch inside. It's a shot for Chicago Ted. It's a follow-up pass inside from Dog. Going to be a shot for Chicago, and it's high. Pieman with the follow-up, and that is also high. Can Sloth Patrol get one more goal to put this game out of reach and secure themselves a Game 2 win over New York City Rising? 30 seconds left for NYC. Allen gets that one past Pieman. They're able to get it towards the middle. It's a great demo from Epic Awesome, but it's still somehow pushed away, and that is going to be at the back post. Chuko somehow getting to that ball through the smoke. The black smoke screen blocking the vision of the ball at that front post, so nobody really knew whether or where it was going to come out. But Chuko the first to react. Is it going to be enough though? Can NYC find one last goal? Chuko gets it past 2. Oh, that is not going to be on target. A good attempt from the taxi cab there. But New York City Rising not able to complete the last-ditch comeback. Sloth Patrol going to go on a match point now. 2 straight wins by 1-goal margins over NYC. And they will complete the sweep if they can close out game number 3 in their favor. Of course, I'm here, Sloth's hunting packs. Yeah, I see that. I know we've got Sands in here as well. Can you try to say my name? GGG. That's how I pronounced it the first time. That's how that is my that is how I will stick to it. For those of you who can't see the chat, their name is just a combination of J and E's. All right. These teams just like to wait for the AOK, make sure that nothing has gone awry on the stream, and I can respect them for that. Better to be too cautious. But now we've got game number 3 between Sloth Patrol and New York City Rising. New York City Rising now tasked with the reverse sweep over Sloth Patrol. And New York City Rising is the number 7 seed, so it would be a bit of an upset if Sloth Patrol were to come out on top. They do have similar records, and both teams actually only winning 1 regular win throughout the circuit, both of them earning 2 forfeit wins throughout the course of the season. So there's really not too much to separate these two teams. And even their first matchup in week number 1 went the full distance, all 5 games, with Sloth Patrol eventually coming out on top. So if NYC were to go down, it would really only be an upset in terms of the seeding. But Epic Awesome 365 getting NYC started on the right foot. Beats 2 Orange Defenders to the challenge. And they find themselves up 1-0 after the first minute of play. Still a lot of time to go. So plenty of time for the Sloth Patrol to try to come back. Their offense has looked it's looked good throughout this series. We'll see if they're able to keep it up. Dog patient on there. Chico getting a touch downfield. It looks like it might be able to go all the way to the goal. It's going to go narrowly high. Pyman gets a 50 out to the side. Dog is going to be the first one to it, but they're going to whiff. This allows Alan and Ted to come in for a 50. That one's over Chuko. Dog pushes it to the corner. Bit of a passing play trying to be worked out by the Sloth gang side. Allen to the inside. They find Chuko, who pushes it to the corner. A redirect pass inside, but Allen's not going to be able to get up for it. Dog is going to be the one tasked with dribbling it out, trying to make something happen. They don't get it past Awesome. Chicago trying to get the 50 on Chuko, but they get there a bit early, and Chuko is able to push it away for now. Light touch from them allows Allen to get it to the midfield. Stopped almost immediately by Pi. Touch inside. I think Pi got a second, and then they got a third touch on it. Still nobody in the right spot, and Chuko is going to be able to take it all the way. A good catch from them and the light touch past that orange defender. Chicago Tech going for the corner boost, not able to turn in time. And now New York City Rising with their biggest lead of the series, up 2-0 over Sloth Patrol. Pieman trying to get that one inside, but it does go very high into the sky. Allen in an awkward position. Pie going to go one-on-one with Chuko now. They have to avoid Epic's demo. It's off the backboard. The follower from Doggy. And Sloth Patrol cut it in half. It's a great play from Pieman off the backboard. Doggy's making the run inside to meet the touch, recognizing that it might be tough for Doggy to do it themselves. And Buck, thank you so much for the follow. I hope you're enjoying all this commentary. We've got 1:45 left in game number 3 between these sides. New York City Rising trying to hang on to that 2-goal lead that they did so well to build up. They've lost half of the lead already. Can they hang on to the current 1-goal lead, close out this game, and set themselves up for a potential reverse sweep? Or are Sloth Gang, or Sloth Patrol rather, going to be able to close it out, bring it back, and keep this game alive? Or keep the sweep alive? Chuko going to be up for this one. It's off the right post. So close to restoring the 2-goal lead. Allen being patient, recognizing that they don't need to give up the ball if they don't have to. Time is on their side. Especially if Sloth Patrol not going to pressure immediately. Allen almost getting an effort on target, and the mess up from the orange defense allows Chuko to come in. Doggies and Pieman, neither of them able to get a clearance away. NYC Rising with 40 seconds left, able to build on the lead yet again. And they just might have secured a Game 3 win, avoiding a sweep. Well, it's going to be a shot on target for Doggies. Pieman gets demoed as they're trying to retreat back. 15 seconds left. It's going to be difficult for the Sloth Patrol to bring this game back. Doggies puts it off the backboard. 2 orange players are up, and they do score. Pieman's able to put it away. 6 seconds left. Can there be a last-second equalizer for Sloth Patrol to keep their hopes of a sweep alive? Going to be an all-important kickoff. Epic and Doggies going for it. That one's going to go straight down. 1 second left. Pieman to the sky. Chicago Tech, can they get under it? They cannot. And NYC Rising going to hang on. Pulling a game back. Sending us to a 4th game in this Division 26 series. NYC doing much better this time around. These players are ready to go. I'm not going to keep them waiting. Let's get back right into the action. But Rising out shooting Sloth Patrol in this game. I guess I'll... I don't know why they wait for me. I told them that they could join whenever they were 7. But that's okay. So New York City Rising pulling one back over Sloth Patrol. Chicago Tech pushing this one to the inside, and Chico sending it away. So no sweep for the Sloth Patrol. But can they close it out in 4? New York City Rising, I'm sure, would love to see a repeat of their their week 1 series over Sloth Patrol, where it went the full 5-game distance. The only difference being that this time around, they'll hope that they can take the series in their favor. Chico getting a clear out to midfield, but not any further than that. Chicago stopping it. Epic, no boost, but the backflip does get past Dog. On the touch from Dog, it's going to go towards the middle. They recognize that Chuko was lurking. They didn't get the pass inside. Awesome. Oh, it's a great pass inside. Be a follow-up. It's off the backboard. Epic going for demos. Allen comes in, and it's 1-0 for New York City Rising. Again, Allen coming in from midfield, lurking, waiting for their time to strike. A minute 14 in, and New York City Rising have taken the lead once again. The Sloth Patrol defense not holding up at the moment. There's certainly been some cracks made in it since the beginning of this series. Chico gets it over 2, and both of the Sloth Patrol defenders that were in the pathway really just stuck to the ground. Epic continuing to follow, but Pieman reads the situation well. Doesn't get any sort of demo on Allen, but Allen responds with physical play to keep Pieman away from that ball. Pass inside, it's off the backboard, there's a follow-up, but it's a whiff. Epic was 1v1 with Asa, but Doggy cuts inside, and Epic still able to beat them both. It's a great flick from Epic. Gets it past Dog. Pieman can't get the touch wide enough. 2-0 once again for New York City Rising. With just about half the game to go. Oh, and this looks bad for New York City, for Sloth Patrol. That ball sitting in front of their net. Thankfully for them, no NYC players immediately in the vicinity. But very, very dangerous. Chicago Ted puts this one off the back corner. Allen able to get a touch away. Epic with a follow. A pop-up. Can't get it over Pieman. It's a clearance away. Pieman stopping it before it reaches midfield, but not able to make anything substantial happen with it. A bump away by Allen. Epic's got to get up for this one. They do well. Chuko, that's very dangerous, taking it almost along their goal line. And there was a Sloth player waiting in the blue net for some reason. I don't quite know why or how that happened. But just over a minute left. Sloth Patrol still with no goals to their name in game number 4. Need 2. Allen trying to keep it in the orange half. Epic retreating and getting a bump on Dog in the process. Allen puts it off the back post. Is there going to be a follow-up? It's a little bit delayed from Chuko. It comes in. It's a good save from Ted, and I believe Pieman was right behind them. They do find a demo on Epic. Awesome. Again, dangerous from Sloth Patrol. A couple times now we've seen them have the ball linger in front of their net. NYC continuing to make things difficult for Sloth Patrol, but Doggy's able to pull a late one back. Sloth Patrol has 17 seconds to find an equalizer, or else we will have game number 5 between these two teams. Oh, Pieman had a strong 50, but it wasn't strong enough to break the defense. Chicago 10 with no boost. Pieman trying to go for it, and it's beat away by the blue defense. Doggy trying to do whatever they can to keep it up. Can't for much longer. And we will have a winner takes all game 5 between NYC Rising and Sloth Patrol. Clear opportunities hard to come by for both of these teams. Neither team reaching, I think, more than 7 shots for any of these games, which is, I say, relatively low, a relatively low average for shooting. And here we have it. A winner takes all game number 5 between Sloth Patrol and New York City Rising. The winner continuing to the quarterfinals of US East 3v3's Division 26. The loser, their spring circuit will be over, and they'll have to start preparing for the summer circuit. Chico able to get it past a couple orange defenders. Can't find a path for it inside. Now 1v1 between Epic and Doggith. Doggith's going to continue with it in the blue corner. Ted going to help him out. A shot from Pieman. It's going to go wide. Allen picking it up now along with the corner boost. They've got some. They had plenty of boost to work with, and they used it to get the ball all the way around the field. Ted's touch puts the ball in midfield, and they do get a follow-up shot. Allen pops up. Pieman beats everybody there. Goes for demos. Doesn't quite find Epic, but they do force them into hopping over. Doggett going to try to challenge this with Allen. Allen decides against going off the wall for it, but it does put him in a position to cut the challenge. It's a bit unorganized from the NYC defense right there. Chico, the shot, it's over one, but it's not past Pieman, who gets the save, sends it away, allows their team to reset a bit. Chicago Ted puts it to the corner, gonna follow. Pieman not able to beat any of the blue defenders there, but their team is able to keep it on the blue half for now. We approach 3 full minutes in this game, and still nobody has broken the deadlock yet. Still find ourselves at zeros. It's going to go in front of the orange net, and a blue player coming through and not able to make contact. It's across the face of the goal again, and still nobody there. Allen tries putting it back inside again. But now New York City Rising going to have to reset. A minute 30 left. Still no goals in game number 5. Been back and forth between these teams. The Sloth Gang controlling the series in games 1 and 2. But in New York City Rising getting 2 of their own and trying to complete the reverse sweep. Epic gets a clear away, approaching the final minute. Will a team be able to end it in regulation, or is there going to be overtime? It's so close from Epic. Doggies makes a goal line save, keeps the Sloth Patrol alive. Allen to the corner, to the back wall. It's over Chuco. Pieman inside. Chicago's there, but Epic hits it away. Allen trying to come in, crashes, keep it in the orange half, but to no avail. Pie gets it past Chuco, but gets tackled in the process. Is there going to be a 0-second win? It's across the blue face of the net. Oh no! Sloth Patrol almost winning it at the death. A 0-second goal almost pulled off. But the blue defense stays strong and somehow manages to keep that ball out of their net. How does that even happen? So the only goal of this game is going to be the overtime goal. Doggies almost gets it on target. It's a bit wide. Oh, Doggies, no, they couldn't get it. Could not read the path while retreating. Chuco booms one from downfield. Doggy thought that they had the angles covered, but they went just a little bit too far. And the number 7 seed, NYC Rising, pulling off the reverse sweep. And they're going to move on to the IGL quarterfinals in Division 26. What an ending there. Sloth Patrol millimeters away from a 0-second winner. And then in less than, I think, 15 seconds, NYC Rising had the overtime winner. Oh, it looks like Sloth Patrol had reverse swept NYC Rising the first time around. So a little bit of payback there for NYC doing the same thing to them. Absolutely. GG's all around. What a great series. Good performances on both sides of the pitch.